Text line 601-879-4395. It goes along with the you're getting $300,000 deposited directly into your checking account every 2 weeks. And since you know that money is coming over and over and over, you can do wise things with the money. But his question is, what's the first purchase you make when that $300,000 hits your account for the very first time? And again, I would remind, okay, we have plenty of time to do many responsible things with the money, like invest and save for kids' college and pay off debt and all that good stuff. You can do all of those things later, like 2 weeks from now. But that first $300K hits your account. And this is a raise, right? You're already operating in a way where you're able to pay your monthly bills. So for your just first blow-it purchase, what do you buy?
With $300K.
I mean, you don't have to spend all of it, but, some amount of it.
Well, I mean, but that's my maximum is what I'm saying. I'm not saying you can't say that I'm going to buy something that costs $1 million.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to buy something that's $1 million, you need to be a little more responsible. You need to wait, 2 or 3 months, let it build up a little bit.
I got to wait 9 weeks.
There's no reason to finance it.
Yeah. I'm either, I'll be honest with you. I'm probably not. I don't know if I would move. I like my house, so I don't know that I would move. So I might go the full make Richard happy method and just blow out my backyard and put lights in and get a TV back there and some setups for grills and things like that. Because I mean that's something that brings me joy. Or I'm just going to go to Vegas for like 10 days.
Just $300,000 last 10 days to do it in Vegas.
Yeah, as long as you're not, as long as I'm not gambling stupidly. But I'll get a suite in one of the nicer hotels and sort of go from there.
All right. We'll get some of your answers coming in on the C Spire text line at 601-879-4395. What are you doing, Borky?
The second the $300K hits my account, if it's possible, there's a small plains airport near their house. I'm paying a pilot to fly me down to 38 because I'm not doing that long drive. Stopping off at a liquor store, getting
that 6-hour drive from Jackson, not doing that.
A 6-hour drive versus what? A 34, not 30 minute, like hour or so flight.
Depending on the plane, it could be a 30-minute flight from where you are.
There's a couple of nice private jets that come in and out of there. I would love to know who they are. But either way, I'm getting one of those. They're taking me down to 38. And I guess I need to do. I really should because I've always been. Every time I drive by, I see these really nice private jets. I want to know who they are. But going down to 38. Stopping off at a liquor store, getting the most expensive bottle of bourbon they have. Don't care what it is, just what costs the most. Give me that one. And I'm getting a cooler filled with ice and just going to sit on the beach with my feet up and enjoy that bottle of bourbon. And then I'll do the other stuff like buy a house, do my yard and all that. But the second $300K hits my bank account, I'm going to the beach and I'm drinking the most expensive bottle of bourbon that I can find.
Okay. I like it.
Yeah.
It sounds like a dream. Like just sitting there with my feet up and watching the sunset with a glass of... What is the most expensive bourbon that liquor stores carry, generally?
I mean, it depends where you go. You might find some Pappy somewhere.
Then if it's Pappy, it's Pappy.
A 24-year-old bottle of Pappy, if you can find it, is... I mean, in terms of what people would recognize is probably about the most expensive bottle of bourbon you can buy, certainly on the secondary market.
Borky, the best part of this is you got your feet in the sand there, and you're just thinking, man, in 13 days, I'm getting another $300,000.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I can just hang out here for however long I want.
I can't wait.
It's fine.
All right, so knowing that more is coming in 2 weeks, and I'm not like being completely irresponsible, I'm calling the good folks over at Nicholas Air, and I'm going to say I need to buy $200,000 worth of hours on a jet card to use at my disposal, and then I'm calling and renting one of the really nice places in the mountains out west, and we're going to stay for a month, like the entire month of July. You boys have got it on the radio. Maybe I'll take some equipment and check in with you a couple of days, but I'm just gonna unplug for a month, maybe 6 weeks if there's enough there, and And yeah, that probably does what, like 200,000? That's probably like 20 or 25 hours on a private jet. So yeah, that's pretty good. All right, here we go. C Spire text line. What you're doing if this comes up? No, you don't get to pay off the credit card. First one I read, pay off the credit report and spend a month in Alaska.
Nope.
No. You can do that in 2 weeks. You don't get to do that with the first deposit.
But a month in Alaska would be Alaska in the summer. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, is the most enjoyable vacation I have ever had, and there is not a close second.
Paul says he's buying a new truck and a Bass Cat boat. Okay. And was that it? Was there something else there? Oh, he says, and also a trip to Disney World for the kids. 38, really, Borky? Surrounded by everyone in packed places?
I mean, I'd figure it out. It's just it's close. What I'm looking for is proximity. I want to get there today. When it hits the account, get
your own house with a beach. You can get your own house with its own beach.
Yeah.
Hey,
easily.
You're underestimating this whole private jet thing.
I guess
with this airport that's so close to you. You can get on a jet in Jackson, Mississippi, and 2 hours later, you can be in the Bahamas. And I'm not talking about like Grand Bahama. I'm talking about like Eleuthera or Exuma or something like that, where you can see nobody. 2 hours.
Borky and I know where those places are.
Yeah, for sure.
Right off exactly what you're talking
of my
about.
head. Yeah.
Hey, Dad, did you notice people picking Borky's plans apart? Bourbon on the beach?
Yeah,
Hey, I enjoy good bourbon anywhere, man. And it doesn't matter. I can be hot or cold or somewhere in between or inside.
Nobody's
or
got a problem with Vegas. They're just get in there and start. Let's go.
We get a pontoon boat and a side-by-side. He says pay off the house and the land. Nope, you can do that next week, next month. Not doing that this month.
A buddy texted me and said 2 linebackers.
Oh, yeah, the Bulldog Initiative can get my second check.
Here we go. Somebody says don't spend it on a submarine trip. Full outdoor kitchen, side of beef and pork, print off a statement and just stare at it.
Yeah.
One soulless weekend in Vegas, then go back to working at Kinko's until the next deposit hits. A new F-250 and a bigger camper to pull with it. That's from Blake in the Delta. Oh, here you go, Borky. This one's up your alley. Charter flight to Belize for 2 weeks, and then a charter back.
There you go.
Yeah.
David's getting a new Ford truck. I like this. I like it. Well, Ray in Long Beach says he's going to Waffle House a day for 5 days and secretly paying for everyone's meals.
That's nice of you.
That's cool. Very nice of you,
Very
right?
Nice. Yeah.
Can
you get? So I'm making how much a year? This is $9 million a year, is what we determined.
Yeah, but after taxes, you're in the $5.5 to $6 million range.
Can I get a single Waffle House with a chef in my house? Can I wake up every morning and be like, "Hey, Bob, can we get some hash browns?"
Well, I don't know that you could actually get Waffle House to sign off on that, but you could. Mm-hmm. You could build
just
the
get a griddle
exact
and
kitchen
get a chef.
setup that they have in Waffle House and a chef.
Get the waffle iron and the flat top.
Yes.
Every morning. Hey, Bob, hash browns, pecan waffle. Thank you. Bacon rare. Thank you.
Private jet to Australia. Going to go play with some kangaroos.
Man, some great fishing in Australia.
We need whoever this is at the 205 to win this money, because he says he's going to do a private remote with us with all we can eat and drink. Buddy, we're pulling for you.
Yeah,
it can't be me. It needs to be you. Yeah.
Somebody said Skybox tickets at Vaught Hemingway. Okay. I mean, that would get you like a decade of Skybox. Maybe not quite.
Those things are sold. They're sold out, right? I know they are at State. I'm sure they are. And they're like, oh, we've got everybody. They're already bought. Like, what's the number you have to tell them? Like, well, I'll give you this much. So they kick somebody out of there. There's a number. That number exists for Keith Carter and Zach Selman.
I was going to say, my guess is that there is a number where Keith Carter and Zach Selman say, you know what, just take my box. We'll figure out something.
Yeah. I mean, if I told him I'm getting $300,000 a week, I was like, I'm going to bring you $100,000 a week, every paycheck. So you're making $200,000 a month off of me. Yeah, I'm going to get a Skybox. That's going to happen.
They might just build one for you.
It's like we got to build another box. There's like one box on the end there.
We're just going to do one standalone box that we're going to attach to the end.
One box on the end in the end zone. It's like just floating out there. It's on
Buying
stilts.
an RV and driving to play Pebble Beach and Torrey Pines. That's from Jeremy in Columbia. Good for you.
Richard, we want to get in on that trip.